The Formula One driver market is a very hot place as every team is waiting to get the service of the best drivers of the grid. So, team owners are ready to pay any price that the top drivers demand to retain drivers, as positions are opened within the teams for highly performing drivers. Normally, the annual salaries of F1 drivers are paid in dollar millions, and it may reach values around 50 to 60 million depending on the level of performance that the driver delivers. If we consider the last year, several important driver contracts were signed, and among these contracts, Max Verstappen's contract was the most eye-catching one with the value and the duration of that contract. So it proved how he is an important figure within the Red Bull setup. Through this video, we are going to discuss about Verstappen's current contract with Red Bull and his future within the Austrian team. Before we proceed, hit the subscribe button and smash the bell icon for more exciting updates. After winning his maiden title, Verstappen announced his intention to remain with Red Bull team for a long term, as he has a very strong affection to the team culture. Dutchman even joked that he wanted to stay with the team for the next 10 to 15 years. Verstappen and Red Bull announced about the new deal in March 2022, which is believed to be the longest driver deal ever signed in F1. So starting from the 2022 season, that contract is scheduled to run for 7 years till 2028, generating an annual income worth of 50 million euros per year. Talking about his new contract in last year, Verstappen said, "I really enjoy being part of the Oracle Red Bull racing team, so choosing to stay to the 2028 season was an easy decision. I love this team, and last year was simply incredible. Our goal since we came together in 2016 was to win the championship, and we have done that. So now it's about keeping the number one on the car long term." Max Verstappen joined the Red Bull team in the midway of the 2016 season at a very young age. Some rules of FE1 were even changed with the joining of the Dutchman to the sport at a very young age, like 17 years. He spent his first season in 2015 with the sister team of Red Bull, Toro Rosso. Max demonstrated impressive performance at Toro Rosso, which was strong enough to earn a call-up for the senior Red Bull team. He was able to record a victory at the debut race for Red Bull with a win at the 2016 Spanish Grand Prix. Since then, he slowly overtook the number one driver position from Daniel Ricciardo. As the final output of this collision between Ricciardo and Verstappen, Ricciardo left the team to Renault. Since then, he is the clear number one of the Milton Keynes-based team, appearing as the consistent race winner of the team. Even though he was regularly within points, Red Bull challengers were never competitive enough to challenge the dominancy of Mercedes as the sole title contender. However, Red Bull suddenly became competitive in the 2021 season, challenging Hamilton and Mercedes for the championship. So Verstappen was able to clinch his maiden title by beating Hamilton in a more controversial way in the 2021 season finale in Abu Dhabi. But the next season was easier for Verstappen as none of the rival car was able to challenge RB18. So Verstappen was able to clinch his second driver's title in 2022, including the Constructors' Championship as well. Even though this deal is economically advantageous for Dutchman as it creates a financially stable situation for 7 years, there is a negative side of it too. Currently, Red Bull are performing very well in the Formula One championship, and there's a possibility of winning the third consecutive championship by Max Verstappen as well. But Formula One is ready for its major regulation update in 2026, bringing several new teams and engine suppliers to the grid. After such a regulation update, any consistently performing team can experience severe underperformance. This happened to Red Bull at the start of the turbo hybrid era, as well as in last year for Mercedes, as teams were unable to adapt very well for the regulation changes. So the risk is same for Red Bull and Verstappen as they are going to begin the 2026 season with new technical partner Ford, who are going to replace Honda as the technical partner of the Red Bull powertrains. According to the agreement, he has to stay with Red Bull even 3 years after the engine regulation update, and there is a risk of doing so. However, this agreement is really good for Red Bull, as they cannot find someone better than Verstappen from the current driver market. He is now 25 years old and at the peak point of his career as a driver. We know that the majority of F1 driver is performing well till he passed 35 years, and some exceptional talents can perform even beyond than that. By 2028, Verstappen will be 32 years, and there will be no point of worrying about his performance for Red Bull, as he is energetic enough to deliver few more championships if Red Bull engineers can deliver him with a competitive package that can challenge titles consistently. Even if Red Bull gets a more talented option than Verstappen, Red Bull administration has the options like second driver's position in the team or two driver positions in the sister team to retain them till the second driver's position become vacant. So, signing Verstappen for 7 more years may be one of the best decisions made by Red Bull management within last few years. To have Max signed with Oracle Red Bull Racing through to the end of 2028 is a real statement of intent, said Horner. With the Red Bull Powertrains division working towards the new engine regulations for 2026, we wanted to make sure we had the best driver on the grid secured for that car, he added further. And now Verstappen is on his way to the 3rd title, and most probably he will be able to win it if Mercedes or Aston Martin isn't able to create a considerable threat. Everyone hopes that the golden years of Verstappen are yet to come with his age. So if the Red Bull package is powerful enough, Verstappen will surely few more titles to the Austrian racing team. What do you think about Verstappen's 7-year-old agreement with Red Bull? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe the channel to get more exciting Formula One news. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye!